Hi everybody, my name is Casey and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be working on this big space right here that will eventually lead up to my house. This will be a two-part video just showing you how I decorate this transition area right here. So what I'm going to do is start up the Island Designer app and then I will pop back in throughout the video and let you know what I am working on. So the first thing that I wanted to work on is trying to figure out the pathing. So at first I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to continue these log planks right here or make it an entirely new pathing altogether. So when I couldn't decide, I honestly just tried to work on this little area right here where I have this bike standee laid out. I really like this standee, but I'm trying to figure out ways to kind of cover the edges and the holes around it, so that is what I will be doing right now. My thought process here while I'm trying to find a good hole to dig for a tree is trying to plant a hardwood tree to cover up the edges. Hardwood, I don't have a hardwood tree in my pocket, so I just used a cedar tree right there. It still doesn't cover it up exactly how I want it, so I do eventually go ahead and just grab this hardwood tree right here. Once again, my pockets are full. I think I got a little too many different items for this build, but you know what, that's okay. So I'm going to just swap out the trees right there so I have a little bit more room in my pockets, and then I'm going to go back over here and plant this hardwood tree to cover up the edges right there. So it kind of looks more like a natural bike. And then I just put a log, I think it's called a log bench behind there, and I put the carnations and a little, the wedding item, what is that called? It's like a heart basket, wedding flower basket. I can't remember the names, but you can see it. I turned it around back there. I thought it looked nice like that. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to go ahead and remove some of these items and move around the log bench and standees. I think the reason I was having some trouble with planting a tree in the right spot was because I didn't have enough room to the sides over here to get the tree in the correct position. And then I will go ahead and plant the tree. So as you can see, with putting in that hardwood tree and this little stunted hardwood tree, it's a lot more hidden. I do decide to move the stunted hardwood tree back one tile so you could still see a little bit more of the bike. And now what I'm going to work on is the main pathing for this area. So I did decide to use this brick pathing. I have some ideas of some items and other things I want to go ahead and incorporate around the area, because I feel like if you use the same pathing all in one area like this, it can be kind of boring. So I think it's important to mix it up and use different pieces of the pathing and also incorporate some different items and flowers and whatnot. So you'll see that a lot throughout this build. Also, just like random side note, look at Daisy Mae just like lurking. Like I literally just had to push her out of the way like 3 times there. It's like, what? Literally whenever I try and find her, I never can. And then when I don't need any turnips from her, she's just right there. I'm like, what are you doing, Daisy? Like, why do you have to be here when I don't need anything from you? But anyways, now I am gonna go ahead and make a little painting area next to this tree. It will be a cute little area that will break up the space nicely, and it allows me to use another custom code. So I will, as always, have all of the codes that I use for this video in the description. And yeah, check that out if you want to use them on your island. So right here, I am just kind of cutting out some of this cliff back here so I can plant that hardwood tree on this upper right corner. So now I am just going to be placing down the different furniture I had in mind for this painting area. I customized that painting set with a little ducky code, and you'll see me incorporate that later. And I also have that umbrella code back there that's like a little art box. So now that I have that painting area laid out, I am just going to come back over here and work on this brick pathing some more. So as you can see, that painting area is a nice way to break up the space so I'm not constantly using all of this brick pathing, and then I'm also using different pieces and kind of layering it out so it's not all the same like side or end piece directly next to each other. I think that's really important when you're using a pathing for a large area like this. Be sure to break it up as much as you can. So I'm pretty happy with how I have the pathing looking so far. So now I'm just going in and framing it with a bunch of different flowers. I am trying to incorporate some more pink and yellow into my island. So that's why you see some of the pink flowers in this area right here, and I think it looks really nice next to this brick pathing as well. I wanted to be sure to add in some flowers before finishing up the rest of the brick pathing because I wanted to make sure I had some flowers in the middle, and I was also able to incorporate like that garden wagon and that, what is that called, that mush, that Mario mush item. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on all of the items when I'm filming this, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And so like right here, I'm putting in a little white cosmos there to kind of give the path some more interest and make it look a little bit more like overgrown and natural. And for this build, I was actually really surprised how well it came together. Typically, I will struggle and redo an area like 5,000 times until I like it, but I had a really fun time doing this build. So I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. If you are, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video. I release new videos at least 2 to 3 times a week, so definitely subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for my new videos. And as I'm just finishing up this pathing, I am making sure to kind of border the edge of that cliff with some flowers. I want to be sure to have every little space filled, and then I just added in that street lamp right there. I think it looks really nice. And right here, I'm just kind of realizing that I never rounded out this cliff edge corner, so I'm just digging up these flowers, and then I will be going back down and rounding out the corners. That area up there is for my lamp bridge. If you're interested in watching that speed build, I will link it in the card above. That was a really fun build to do. So really all that is left for this video is to just kind of go in and fill in this area with a couple more items to make it look a bit more interesting. I hope this build was able to inspire you. If you have big spaces on your island that you need to fill up, I hope that you can take some of the ideas I used in this video and apply it to your own island. But other than that, I'm going to just put the final finishing touches on this build, and then I will give you all the final walkthrough. Alright, so here we are. This is the area that will lead up to this next transition area. Like I had mentioned before, I really enjoyed doing this build. It was one of the first builds I've done in a while where I felt really inspired and creative. So I hope this is able to give you some ideas for filling up spaces on your island and kind of, you know, if you're kind of hitting like a roadblock with your designing, I hope this helps to inspire you a little bit. But other than that, I wanted to just say thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate all of the love and support that I've been getting lately. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!